Hey there, it's Allie from Kitten and Kitsch, and I'm so glad you're here because today we are going to be doing a memory keeping spread in my junk journal. Now, there's been lots of talk about how many junk journals, how many junk planners do you have? And for me at least, I currently have 5. Now, one of those is a junk planner, one is for health, one is for memory keeping. I have a Candyland spread, and there's one that I can't think of right now that I do have, and it will totally come to me later after I'm done with this video. But I'm really excited because in junk journal world, there is a big craze going on right now for McDonald's. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you're probably like, oh my goodness, what is happening? So right now at McDonald's, you can order a Happy Meal and get these different little blind box packaging for lots of different cute little toys. So there's like a McDonald's restaurant, a Happy Meal, a semi truck, and it's all themed and it's totally catering to all the nostalgia for us as kids and getting those Happy Meal like little fun toys. I am not immune to the craze here. In fact, I have collected, I think I'm up to 3 now, and I want to document this in my memory keeping journal because it's been a lot of fun for my husband and I to collect and gather and just see what we get. So I'm going to show you a couple of the fun little pieces that I've collected so far that I'm going to put into my spread. So first up here, this was part of the blind box packaging. Like, are you joking me? How stinking cute is this little Happy Meal packaging? So this is definitely going to make it into the memory keeping spread. Additionally, I also have like this little, it's called Lil McDonald's, and there's like a little checklist. So I'm definitely gonna put this in my spread and check off each toy that I end up finding. I'm a kid at heart, like what can I say? Also, I have some more that I'll show you when we switch the view around and we start getting in the layout. But also, here is my memory keeping journal. So I am doing a little clown memory keeping journal. This is from a tutorial I did last month over on my Patreon, which if you are not on that, make sure you join. It is free to sign up, and there's a lot more behind the scenes and community, and it's just a really fun place to be. For this month, it's July when I'm recording this, so I'm all 4th of July out. But we're going to be doing Summer of Nostalgia, so all things summer camp, vintage summer, anything outdoors is going to be a part of the theme, and it's going to be a really fun time. So let's go ahead and get started in this cutie and talk about all things McDonald's. So I'm going to switch us around and let's get started. So here is my little cutie clown junk journal, and I thought I could show you a few of the pages that are in here. Everything in here is just kind of circus and fun and random. I feel like if I were to describe my style to someone, it's definitely bright and vintage. You really honestly never know what's going to be in my junk journals. It's really random, and you know what? That's kind of how I like it. So now I'm going to organize all the little McDonald's ephemera, and you know what? They really popped off here with some of the cute little goodies that came inside the Happy Meal box. I really liked the little mini one, and isn't this little postcard adorable? This is from Mindy Lacefield. I have this little sticker book here that I've had for probably 4 years now, and I hoard all of my favorite stickers in here. And I have the most perfect page that needs to be used here. See the little cheeseburgers? This will be perfect on the McDonald's spread, and of course a little girl eating her cheeseburger too. Now we need a little bit of a background. So one of my biggest tips when you're doing memory keeping is start with a pattern background, something bright or something like interesting, and have it fill up the page. I know for me, I sometimes get intimidated by white space, so covering it up just gives me a canvas to start with, but it gets me excited to fill it in. If you're putting paper over the seam, one of my biggest tips is to fold your book back and forth, which you'll see me do a lot of because it kind of just helps keep everything flat, and then that way when you're turning your pages, you won't have any issues with it rising up. I remember when I first started junk journaling, I didn't realize that tip, and so sometimes my pages would get a little bit bulky, but hey, I'm here to share all of my mistakes with you, so hopefully you don't have those same issues. I love using scraps in my spreads, especially ones that have texture. I feel like it just gives it a little bit of dimension and a little bit of uniqueness to the spread. Again, I love to fold my book in half and kind of create those creases. It looks like I might have put this postcard down in a spread before and then tore it off, although I don't really remember, but hey, it had a place here, so I must have known then that that wasn't the right place for it. I think this postcard is so stinking cute, and I feel like it really just ties together all the McDonald's ephemera and just kind of gives it a little bit of a cute vibe. I cut down this little McDonald's box so it would be a little bit more flat for my journal. My journal doesn't have that big of a spine, so I want to keep that in mind when I'm gluing my stuff down. I love this little checklist. I thought this would be so cute as Derek and I collect more little blind box toys and I can check off each one. Now, I will say there are a couple that I really hope I don't end up with, and this sounds so like silly of me, but there's one where it's like a digital ordering kiosk, and I would be okay if I didn't have that one. That's just a little too modern for me. Look at this little kid's fry box. I think this is so stinking cute, and I'm actually going to turn this into a little pocket. I think this will be really cute just to hold a little journal, a little note here, but in fry form. So we're gonna stick that down and make sure it's all nice and sealed. And of course, I'm gonna do my little back and forth trick to keep it nice and straight. Sometimes when it comes to memory keeping, I think we think it has to be super fancy and have really beautiful pieces, but trust me, it does not. You can cut up your McDonald's box too and create a fun layout. I love this little cheeseburger though. I've been literally hoarding this for probably about 3 or 4 years, and you know what? It had a place here. So I think that is just so cute. And of course, I wanted to add a little picture here of my husband and I, Derek. If you do not know, we are high school sweethearts, and he often comes along with all of my adventures with me and puts on a brave face. Let's just say that. I'm still going back to this McDonald's box, apparently. There are lots of little goodies that are good for your journal, so cut it up, add it, and I liked how it had a torn look at the bottom. Again, I'm all about texture. It really just adds dimension and makes it not feel so flat. So now that we got that stuck down, I'm still going back to that box because you know what? It has a lot of little goodies here, and I definitely have some space that needs to get filled up. Thankfully, this cardboard is super thin, so I feel like it doesn't take up a lot of space. Something about me is I don't necessarily always glue everything down like super intensely because as you can see, I like to kind of peel things up and add things as I go. So maybe that might be a little helpful tip for you too. Of course, we need the little blue girl eating her cheeseburger, so we're gonna add her to our spread too. And don't you worry, I won't be leaving that little mini cheeseburger behind. It's going to have a place too. One of my favorite things about Mindy Lacefield stickers is they're all scented. So these literally smell like cheeseburgers, which could be a good or a bad thing, right? And guys, look at these little McDonald's stickers. These actually came with the Happy Meal. So these definitely had to come. And McDonald's must know that the junk journalers are onto them because we have cute little trinkets which can turn into charms. We have stickers. I mean, I am here for this, and I hope McDonald's keeps this kind of vibe going because the toys have been a little bit lackluster, I feel like, in recent years. So this would be an awesome trend to keep up. So while we're getting some stickers on here, I would love to just chat for a moment. Thank you so much for being a part of this video. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay tuned for more content like this. I spend a lot of time over on Patreon. That is where my little community of journal besties and I hang out. I do a lot of charms, junk journal tutorials, and different little odds and ends, and that's probably where you'll see me at the most. So make sure you join us over there. It is free to join, and I would love to have all of my friends over there so we can talk and hang out. I also found this yellow index card and I thought, okay, let's turn this into McDonald's fries. So I'm kind of measuring it out, and by measure, I mean like girl measuring. I just kind of use reference points and folds because who wants to work out a ruler? Am I right? I'm gonna cut this out and then I'm actually going to go off camera real quick and write a little message on there to memory keep. So here's our note here. I just kind of talk about how fun this has been to collect. And now I have like a little McDonald's fry note in my pocket. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope this gave you some much needed inspiration. And if you do a McDonald's layout, please tag me so I can support you too. Hope you have a wonderful day and thanks for hanging out.